Sena SMH-10 promises crystal-clear bike-to-bike comms up to 900 meters, all-day battery life, and glove-friendly control with that big jog dial. Either we have finally reached motorcycle comms nirvana, or we are staring at a decade-old relic dressed in modern marketing. On paper it sounds legit. Bluetooth 3.0, four-way intercom, advanced noise control, fast pairing, and up to 12 hours of talk time. But here is the thing, specs rarely survive highway crosswinds and group rides. What caught my attention was the range, the battery promises, and the fact it is still circulating on Amazon even though it is effectively legacy gear. I mounted the SMH-10 on 2 helmets and put it through daily commuting, night rides, and weekend group runs for 3 weeks to find the truth. I have put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 3 solid weeks of testing. The SMH-10 claims to make motorcycle communications simple and reliable. The marketing promises are pretty clear: up to 900 meters line of sight intercom, 4-way conference intercom with noise control, 12 hours of talk time, 10 days standby, big glove-friendly jog dial for easy use. Sounds convenient, right? Especially if you just want a dependable way to chat with your passenger or a small group. But here is where things get complicated. Reality check. They claim up to 900 meters. What you actually get is closer to 200 to 400 meters in real traffic with any turns, cars, guardrails, or mild elevation changes. Here is why. Bluetooth 3.0 is limited by power, antenna design, and 2.4 GHz interference. Line of sight on a brochure means an empty field. In the real world, bodies, bikes, and buildings absorb signal. Stack 3 or 4 riders and the last to first link gets choppy fast. They claim 4-way intercom. What you actually get is a daisy chain where one weak link causes everyone to stutter. The SMH-10 is not mesh. It is classic Bluetooth pairing. Riders drop, you stop, repair, repeat. On our group test with 4 helmets, the system worked smoothly until someone drifted around a long bend or a truck sat between us. The plot twist. Reconnect sometimes took 20 to 40 seconds, and occasionally the unit latched onto my phone instead of the intercom. That is not switching, that is expensive confusion. They claim advanced noise control. What you actually get is decent wind suppression up to about 60 mph on a fared bike. Then the mic starts to pull in whooshes and the intercom compresses voices. With earplugs, we needed max volume at 70 mph, and even then it sounded thin. And here is where it gets mathematically impossible. You cannot expect small 30-ohm legacy speakers driven by older amp hardware to punch through wind and earplugs like modern HD speakers. Newer units with upgraded drivers and DSP simply outclass it. They claim 12 hours of talk time. What you actually get depends on your unit's age. Many SMH-10s floating around are old stock or used. Our newer sample managed about 9 to 10 hours of mixed music and intercom. The older one tapped out around 6 to 7 hours after a few years of light use. Lithium cells age on shelves. No IP rating means rain rides risk accelerated wear. And micro USB charging in 2026? Let's be real, it is slow and fragile compared to USB-C. They suggest easy pairing and universal intercom. What you actually get is fine if everyone is on Sena, quirky if not. Pairing with a Cardo worked but required button dance rituals and lost some controls. Also, the SMH-10 pauses your music when someone speaks. It does not mix intercom and music like newer audio multitasking systems. So your soundtrack stops every time someone breathes into the mic. After an hour, that gets old. Here is where things get interesting. Whether Sena never gave the SMH-10 an official IP rating. It is water resistant, not waterproof. Light drizzle in my test was fine, but a sustained downpour on the freeway caused crackles until it dried. Multiple owner reports echo that the clamp contacts can corrode over time. That jog dial is fantastic, but if the base connection hisses every bump, the usability win is moot. Sound quality. Music sounds like early-gen Bluetooth headsets. Clear mids for podcasts and acceptable for navigation prompts, but limited bass and overall loudness. With foam earplugs, freeway volume is borderline. Intercom voice is articulate at city speeds, then gets sibilant and thin above 65 mph. If you are coming from a 50S with HD speakers or a Cardo with JBL drivers, this will feel like stepping backward. Battery life. Best case around 10 to 12 hours fresh, realistic with an older pack. 6 to 8 hours mixed use. No fast charge, micro USB only, roughly 2 to 2.5 hours to fill from low. The marketing does not mention that many SMH10s today are sitting on aging cells. Performance varies wildly by unit age, build, and weather. The jog dial is still one of the best controls in moto comms. Clamp kits are solid, and you can swap between boom and wired mics. But there is no official waterproof rating, and the pogo pin-style interface between the main unit and clamp can oxidize if you ride wet often. Several reviews note intermittent audio or one-ear dropouts traced to that connection. Connectivity and features. Bluetooth 3.0 means no mesh, and intercom is a chain, not a dynamic network. Universal pairing with other brands works in a pinch, but you lose features and stability. No FM radio, no USB-C, no fast charging, and no true audio multitasking. Firmware support has slowed as Sena moved on to 20S, 30K, and 50S generations. Here is what nobody tells you. At group size 3 or 4, a mesh system changes everything. With the SMH10, spacing and line of sight dominate your day. With mesh, the network heals itself. That is why so many riders report fewer dropouts with Cardo Pactuck or Sena 50 series compared to SMH10 or even 20S Verdict. Skip this unless your needs are ultra basic and the price is truly low. If you find an SMH10 single kit under about $70 and you only ride rider to passenger or short city hops with another SMH10, it can still serve. But for most riders, save your money for a modern unit. Cardo Freecom 2X or 4X for budget mesh like reliability, Cardo Pactuck Edge for top-tier mesh, or Sena 50S if you prefer Sena's ecosystem. The jump in sound, stability, and weather protection is worth it. Legacy Bluetooth comms in 2026 is tech roulette. Spend once, cry once, and ride without drama. Stay savage out there. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I have put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Tell me in the comments what intercom you are using now and what speed your audio starts to fall apart. Next up, I am comparing Freecom 2X versus Sena 50S for daily commuters. Ride smart, spend smarter, and I will see you in the next one.